The ego, a double-edged sword within us. In its grace, it is the sculptor of our identity, carving out a sense of self in the vastness of existence. It whispers tales of potential, urging us to rise, to assert, to achieve. Yet in its shadow, this very ego morphs into a trickster, blurring lines between connection and isolation. Whispering now of division, of us versus them. It is here in its betrayal that the ego ensnares us in a web of dissatisfaction, always hungry, always seeking, never quite at peace. The ego's grip on humanity is the chain we must shatter to unleash the boundless potential of our collective spirit. The soul knows only the language of connection, compassion, and unconditional love, standing in stark contrast to the ego's dialect of division and dissatisfaction. Welcome to the profound journey of the soul's awakening. Join us as we leave our egos at the door and embark on a transformative exploration. In the grand mosaic of human existence, our quest for higher states of consciousness has always beckoned, promising a profound connection with the cosmos and our place within it. Yet, as we navigate this path, we confront a formidable adversary that has obstructed our progress for millennia. The ego. It compels us to ponder. Does this ego, with its insidious grasp on our minds, hold us back from plumbing the profound depths of our existence? The ego in its intricate complexity, it erects various barriers that hinder our plunge into life's profound recesses. Beyond instilling materialistic attachment and fear, it leads us to harsh judgment, criticism, and an obsession with control. It binds us to identity constructs, fuels desires for dominance, and thrives on grudges and resentment, all of which obscure our capacity to savor the richness of life. Moreover, the ego encourages us to intellectualize experiences. It snares us in self-constructed narratives and coaxes us to resist vulnerability. These tendencies hinder our ability to be fully present, connect authentically with others, and appreciate the profound depths of our emotions, sensations, and relationships. By recognizing these aspects of ego-driven behavior and actively working to transcend them, we can begin to unlock the doors to a deeper and more meaningful existence. Within the labyrinthine corridors of this complex and often elusive aspect of our psyche, we encounter an array of challenges that hinder our ascent. However, it is through the unraveling of these enigmas that we shall discover the path to transcendence, for when the ego surrenders, the soul awakens. How can we begin to untangle the web the ego has woven? Employing the practice of ego checking along the way. The materialistic labyrinth. Let's set aside our material desires for a moment and explore the treasures of the soul. The ego, a cunning trickster, it snares our minds with its relentless attachment to materialism, which is another facet of the ascension process. As we whirl in this materialistic dance, could it be that we are blind to the ethereal truths that lie just beyond our grasp? When the ego surrenders, the soul awakens, revealing the concealed treasures of the soul. How might we begin this journey towards liberation from materialism? A part of the broader ascension process. What steps can we take to detach ourselves from the relentless pursuit of possessions and power? Constantly checking our motivations for their authenticity. When the ego dies, the soul awakens. The shroud of fear and insecurity. Fear and insecurity have no place on this path to higher consciousness. Within the ego's dominion, a murky cloud of fear and insecurity festers, both of which are common during ascension. Can we release ourselves from these chains, embracing our authentic selves and soaring towards the boundless heights of higher consciousness? How do we summon the courage to begin this transformative process? Often encountered on this path. What actions can we take to shed the fear-induced shroud that obscures our true potential? Constantly checking with our emotions and fears? When the ego dies, the soul awakens. The illusion of separation. Join us in breaking down the walls of division. The ego thrives on division, weaving a narrative of separation and conflict, which is contrary to the unity sought during ascension. Do we long for unity and harmony as prerequisites for our collective evolution? And if so, how do we liberate ourselves from the ego's divisive hold? When the ego surrenders, the soul awakens, and unity becomes our guiding light, aligning with the goals of ascension. What steps can we take to embrace this interconnectedness and work towards unity, continually checking our biases and prejudices? When the ego dies, the soul awakens. The chains of resistance. Change is the key to growth. In the ego's realm, change is an unwelcome guest, often a challenge encountered during ascension. Are we satisfied by this resistance to change, preventing us from adapting, learning, and evolving? How can we break free from the chains of resistance and embrace the transformative power of change as part of the broader ascension journey? Consistently checking our willingness to grow. The mirage of self-centricity. Let's uncover the beauty of our shared existence. Perhaps the most profound enigma within the labyrinth of the ego is its relentless identification with the self. Do we find ourselves trapped in this egocentric perspective, preventing us from experiencing the sublime unity and connectedness that define higher states of consciousness? A fundamental aspect of ascension. How do we begin the process of unmasking this illusion and embracing a deeper sense of unity? What practices can help us transcend the ego's self-centered view and recognize our interconnectedness with all of existence? Continually checking our thoughts and actions for traces of self-centeredness. This ego, like a persistent shadow, has consistently loomed over our journey to higher consciousness, casting a foreboding presence along our path. But take heed, for we possess the power to confront it. As we've delved into the intricate challenges posed by the ego, it becomes evident that we can surmount them, unveiling a realm of heightened awareness, unity, and profound spiritual revelations. The time has come for each of us to rise to the occasion, firmly cast the ego aside, and contribute to the evolution of humanity towards elevated states of consciousness. For when we ultimately release the ego's suffocating grasp, we find ourselves welcomed into a cosmic arena where unity and enlightenment reign supreme, shrouding us in their mysterious embrace. In essence, through the human condition is a journey back to the soul. It is about remembering and reclaiming the lost knowledge and power that reside within us, not as external achievements, but as the very fabric of our being. By balancing the ego's drive with the soul's wisdom, we can begin to heal the fractures within ourselves and the world, weaving together the threads of knowledge, power, and love into a tapestry of collective awakening and renewal. When the ego dies, the soul awakens. So, are you in? Human fluence out.